Kind of feel like I'm blending in with the blinds here. All right, so welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Alyssa, and today I have an update for the Deck of Panning project that I am doing, along with many other people. Deck of Panning is run by Emily of Emily and Max. I will, of course, link her channel. She was inspired to start this project with makeup based on a book version from Books with Maddie. And the idea is you have a deck of cards, each card represents some sort of prompt, and it's just to have fun with using your makeup. So if you want to keep watching and find out how I've done this past month, then here we go. So I actually had 6 prompts that I was working on. Normally I make sure that I have at least 5. I always draw 5 prompts, whether I have finished prompts or not. And last time I had not finished one of them, which was a long haul item. And I guess it didn't end up being that long of a haul because I put it in for July, and I have finished it now that we're in September. It really didn't take that much longer from my last update, but it wasn't ready by then. But it was to hit a pan in the eyeshadow shade Hexed in my Stone Vibes palette. That was the only shade I did not have pan in yet, and now I do. And it's not even like a super tiny pan that you can barely see. Like it's got a good size to it, because I also used it, I feel like, a few more times after hitting pan. So the palette is still in my makeup bag. I'm trying to get myself to use it more, but I've been using other things. I kind of forgot that I still wanted to be working on it until I started filming this, or when I was getting ready to film this, and I'm like, oh, that palette. So, oops. But yeah, so that one is done. And then for this past month, the first one I had drawn was Out of Your Hands. And this one was a little goofy because I put up a poll with 3 different options of eyeshadows, and I didn't say what I was going to do with it, but in my head, I was going to do 30 uses or finish, as the case may be. And most people were picking this one eyeshadow, Star Sign, which looks blue. It ends up having a bit of it is blue, but has like a lot of pink to it as well with the sparkle. So that one was going really well, and so I'm like, all right, I'm picking that one. And then I think before the video even went live, of course, the votes kind of changed a bit, and I'm like, well, what do I do? So then I decided to bring in the other shade then that people were most interested in. So that's the shade Rosette. So they're both Terra Moon's eyeshadows. I got them at the same time. And I'm not counting this goal as done, even though, I don't know, it depends on how you want to think about it, but I'm choosing to keep working on it. So this will be a prompt that is hanging around. I have used the Star Sign shade 23 times out of the 30 I wanted to do. It is getting much reduced in the pan. I don't know if 7 more uses will finish the eyeshadow. I feel like I have more than that, like maybe 10 or more. I don't know. So after the 7, I might decide to still keep it, like trying to finish it up, just because I feel like I'll be really close. But I'm also gonna see how I'm feeling at that time, because I don't want to be burned out on that shade. But Rosette, meanwhile, I used it 15 times and it is done. So it's just an empty eyeshadow. Hold on. I realized I could just show you. So here is the empty eyeshadow pan. All right, nothing left in there that I can do. I mean, there's like, I guess, specks of stuff, but yeah, that's it. So this was all done. I did not weigh it before I started using it in the Deck of Panning, so I can't tell you how much I used in the 15 uses, but it is all gone. And yeah, so like I said, if I was to add together the uses, I'm well past the 30, but I want to keep going. I want to try to do the 30 uses on the Star Sign shade. All right, next I had, for the Queen of Hearts, it was, I get to pick from the Hearts column, so I picked Warm Tone. I keep trying to get myself to use this red lipstick. It's Milani in this shade Role Play. I put to use it 15 times, and I did. I only ended up using 0.08 of a gram with those 15 uses. I did use it as a blush. I decided it gets a little bit patchy, I think, as the day goes on. It doesn't stay on super well for me, so not an ideal blush, then for me. For the lips, I do like it. I had an Expand Those Pans update where I was just wearing that, and I can agree that it looks nice. It's just that a lot of times I like doing wild eye makeup and the lip doesn't always work with it. And I've also been kind of into cool toned eyeshadows. And again, the warm red isn't the best for that. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish it by the end of this year. I also feel like it's, I have gotten a lot of good use out of it. So I don't feel like it was a bad purchase. I don't think I will re-buy another red lipstick like that because it's just not, unless it was like a mini maybe, but I feel like a full lipstick I just cannot use up in that time. And next for Queen of Diamonds, again, I got to pick. So I had for Matches Nails to use another shade in my Stone Vibes palette, the shade Tiger's Eye, 10 times. I did that. You're going to see a big pan expansion. I am actually trying to just, like I said, work on that palette more, although I haven't done the best since using those two eyeshadows. Next was Seven of Spades, and so it was mini. So I brought in a mini nail polish, and my goal was to use it 5 times. I ended up using 0.4 of a gram with the 4 uses, and I'm counting it as an empty because it was really hard to get any more on my nails. The brush is just so tiny, even though there is more nail polish in there. I've decided I'm not, it's kind of like sometimes with people with like lip products, and it's, do you choose to take out the stopper or not? And some people are like, I'm just not going to bother with that. It's not worth, whatever I would have left with it. And that's kind of how I'm feeling with nail polish, because I have a few that this has been happening where it's like, it just gets too far down and the brush doesn't work, and it's just, I want it to be fun, and it's not fun at that point. And to get to that point, I've used it enough times that I feel, fine about it. I haven't thrown them out yet. I am considering, like, if I happen to get maybe some other kind of, low nail polish, do I want to try and mix them together and do that? I don't know, but yeah, that's where we stand for that. And then finally, I had another pick item. This was the Queen of Spades. So I picked lip product, and I pulled in my Mario lip balm. It's that click up type. I wasn't sure if it was messing up my lips or not, so I decided to use it 10 times. I used 0.31 of a gram with those 10 uses, and I feel like it's not messing up my lips. I don't think it's the most hydrating for my lips, but I'm okay with it. I wouldn't buy it. I think I wouldn't buy any of those types of lip products then with the clicking up type. I think they're just not for me. But, it was nice as a little, freebie birthday gift to be able to try it out and see what I think. And yeah, so like I said, the only prompt that's going to be sticking around is trying to finish up that star sign uses, which might mean finishing the eyeshadow or close. So there will be a different me picking the items. Okay, I am back. The board has been updated, and so I am going to draw my cards just online. I didn't have the cards with me today. So let's see. This is not counting because I want to do it live. All right, no joker. So let's read off what I have. I'll try to have up on the screen too, but 7 of Diamonds is glittery. We have a Black King, which is focus. For me, I've been kind of making it more lips than eyeshadow, so we're gonna stick with that. I have a Black Ace, so a baby goal. 3 of Diamonds, oh, the shame. So something, it's usually something that you haven't been working on for a bit, but just maybe something I'm feeling some shame about. So like usually something brand new that you haven't used. But for me, it would probably be more like just trying to get myself to use something I haven't for a bit. And then 5 of Clubs, brand you own the most from. All right, let me go get those items. Okay, I'm back. I've made my choices. I had some frustrations with my pens not writing. I think it's a problem with the notebook and not the pens. So anyway, that aside, for the first prompt of glittery, I decided I am actually trying to pan a new eyeshadow palette, or at least get more use out of it before I retire it, because I think it might be starting to go off. So it's my Stone Vibes palette that, I've talked about already in this video multiple times because of 2 eyeshadows. And yeah, so I've already used, I'm gonna increase this. I wanted to make sure every shade was used 3 times by the next update, but I'm gonna say every shade needs to be used 4 times by the next update. Now, some of them, like this shade has already been used that amount, but the other ones haven't. So just to keep it easy for myself, that everything is at least 4 tally marks. So that's what I'm doing for that. I guess I could weigh it, but I'm going to be doing weights and all that for the Pan That Palette update, so you could just always look there. I don't think 4 uses of each is going to do much. Then for focus, I said lip. So I am bringing in my NYX Lip IV, and I want to do 10 uses for this. I was trying to think about a lip product that I hadn't brought into this project yet, because there's some other ones, and even though this is newer, it's like I just want to make sure I'm using everything. For Baby Goal, I decided to do my only highlighter that is left, so right here. And I know it's a Baby Goal, but for me, I feel like a highlighter I would have done, I don't know, maybe 20 uses or something like that. So I'm making my Baby Goal to be 10 uses. That still seems kind of small for me. And then for Oh the Shame, I decided, because I've been trying to pan 2 blushes, I haven't been getting a lot of use out of this one, which is my newest blush. And, it looks fairly pristine still here. So I put to use it 10 times, which I know isn't a lot, but I'm also trying not to take away too many uses from the blushes I'm panning, but I figure this will at least, give it some love. Then for brand I have the most of, it has to be Sydney Grace, just because I have so many of their eyeshadows. And I guess technically I have a lot of like Blend Bunny and all too, but those, it's like I think of them as palettes. And so I am bringing in this eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna have a picture up on the screen so I don't make a mess with it. It's a little flaky. This is just shade number 9 that's in my palette of their singles, and I want to use it 5 times. It is really cool looking, it's very shifty, and yeah, so I just, figure I'll give this one some attention. I would kind of like to hit pan on it at some point. It feels like it's more doable because it's flaky. So, we'll see. But I'm also just trying to, be using all of my eyeshadows. Actually, yeah, I can go ahead and say this video is going up after I'm doing my all eyeshadows on deck project that I'm starting. And this is one of the eyeshadows that was in there anyway that I was going to be working on. I'm trying to use them all 10 times. So I figure if I'm using it 5 with this, then it gets me halfway there. And who knows, maybe I'll be inspired to use it more. So that is what we have. So next time when I come back, hopefully I will, finish these goals, plus finishing the star sign uses. And I'll come back with weights and pictures and that kind of thing to tell you how it's been going. Thank you for watching this video. And if you want to know how things are going, then maybe you'll subscribe. Until my next video, I hope you'll be doing well, and I'll see you then. Bye.